The top 10 cities everyone is moving to in America 2025. It's going to be a really cool video to check out. Let me know if you guys are from any of these cities or been to them. Before we do get into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's check out the best cities in America.
I'm going to tell you which cities Americans think are the best cities in the United States to live in 2024 and 2025.
Right.
I ran a survey and posted a question on this channel, and I asked people to choose one of the 100 largest cities in the United States where they would be willing to live. You know, buy a house or rent a place and call it home. I agreed with 8 on this list, 2 not so much. We had a little over 2,300 responses. I did find it strange that a handful of cities didn't even get a single vote. Shout out to you, Tulsa and Stockton. I took the top 10 and then I looked up the stats that people would be concerned with when moving to these cities, and I added those to the video.
Yo, to be fair, like the main thing for me going to a city, and I think most people as well, is like the actual crime. You know what I'm saying? The crime rate of places. That'll put so many people, and obviously how expensive it is, dude. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Take out the crime stats because they all had decent crime stats.
Oh,
so there's no real point in looking at those.
Okay,
just assume they're average or better.
Okay.
Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look.
Wisconsin.
Number 10, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Forget your typical shoreline with palm trees and sandy beaches. Green Bay, Wisconsin is where it's at. They've been getting pretty popular in recent years. Sure, you might need to invest in a good snow shovel and a pair of ice skates, but where else can you experience the thrill of a Packers game, the deliciousness of cheese curds, and the warmth of Midwest hospitality all in one place? Green Bay is a city where the beer flows like the Fox River, the fish fries are legendary, and the locals are so friendly, they'll typically invite you over for a bratwurst and a game of sheephead long before they find—
Wait, what's broad? That sounds German. Is that German?
out you're a serial killer. So if you're looking for a bratwurst and a game of sheephead, long before they find out you're a serial killer. So if you're looking for a place with a unique charm, a vibrant spirit, and a love for things that include cheese, Green Bay is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Just remember, wear sweaters, ladies. Green Bay has a population of about 110,000 residents, with the average home going for around $251,000.
That's not bad.
And the average commute time is 22 minutes.
Yo, you're telling me it's the top 10 city everyone's moving to in America, and the average home is 200 grand? That's not bad.
65 people voted for Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow, okay. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Number 9, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, where the sweet tea is always there, like the traffic on I-77 at rush hour.
I want to try
This is another city that has picked up steam in the popularity department over the last, I'd say, 10 years. People really like Charlotte. Sure, you'll spend an hour getting to the grocery store, but at least you'll have plenty of time to perfect your southern drawl while you're—
Wait. You're telling me the grocery store is that far away? Why is it so far out? An hour?
Sitting in traffic. That is the biggest knock to Charlotte in a lot of people's experience, mine included. I was a little surprised. It's been 2 years since I was there, and I've heard the traffic's just got worse. But yeah, the traffic was pretty rough. Most other things about Charlotte, pretty good. Especially the people. They're really nice, for the most part. Now, that's something that you say, but everyone's had a different experience. I normally try and stay away from saying anything like that, because you just get those people in the comment section that have no social skills and don't know how to make friends, and they talk about how it's very unfriendly. God, I love YouTube. Always an adventure. Speaking of adventures, Charlotte is a great place to be. A lot of good food, a lot of good people. Go to Bojangles, you might even see a NASCAR driver or two. Charlotte has a population of almost 900,000 residents, with the average home value being right around $401,000.
Yeah, and even more. Yo, but listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You put me off when you said bad traffic. I don't know. You know how I say, like, what will put you off a place is, you know, the crime? Traffic also, even though I don't even leave the house that much. But if I was moving to America, I would probably leave the house a little bit more because it's more beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But yo, yeah, traffic. I can't stand traffic, dude.
Here's one negative about them. It's the traffic. I talked about it before. The average commute time in Charlotte is 34 minutes. The average in the U.S. is about 21 minutes. Charlotte got 71 votes. We'll get back to the video after a quick word about today's sponsor. I'm online all the time, and it's important for me to know where my information is and if it's safe.
Where's the video?
And that description area below. All right, back to the video.
Let's go. Lexington, Kentucky.
Number 8, Lexington, Kentucky. Now, this is the first one that surprised me, and I kind of don't agree with it. Statistically, they're okay, but they're definitely not one of the best in the nation. And here's another thing. We've hardly ever talked about Lexington on this channel.
So, wait, so this is one of the two that he's like, I'm not too sure about this one.
Over 1,000 videos, 6 years of making videos, and I think they've come up 2 or 3 times. Don't quote me on that, but it's pretty low. But here they are. Lexington, where the grass is blue, the horses are fast, and the bourbon is always at its best. It's a city that's not afraid to embrace its southern charm while keeping it modern. Lexington is a place where you can wear your finest suit to the races and then don your denim overalls for dinner. It's a town that's proud of its horses, its history, and its hospitality. And then, of course, there's basketball that has its own place in all of Kentucky, really. Not sure which you could say they live and breathe for more. Is it the horses or is it the basketball?
No clue,
Lexingtonians bleed blue for their Wildcats, and game day is practically a religious experience. I think that's part of the reason people want to live there. It's got this southern charm, it's got its quirkiness, and it's a decent city. The statistics aren't there, though, for me to think it's one of the best, and everyone wants to move there, but they made the list. Lexington has a population of about 328,000 residents.
Decent.
The average home value is about $303,000. The average commute time is only 25 minutes, and it got 76 votes.
All right, to me, that one does sound better than the previous one. But that's just like from a very, very brief description. I can't even talk. Description, bro. Boulder, Colorado. We got Colorado.
Number 7, Boulder, Colorado. Boulder is a magical land where the streets are paved with organic granola and the air is perpetually infused with a faint scent of the devil's lettuce.
Favorite one so far.
Clad in a kaleidoscope of tie-dye and fleece.
Yo, have a guess why it's my favorite one so far. Just have a brief guess. It's the mountains, dude. It's the mountains. It's always the mountains.
Spend their days scaling sheer rock faces, perfecting their downward dog poses, and discussing the merits of various microbrews. You'll find more Teslas than any other city in the nation. And it's not uncommon to see a Prius sporting a bumper sticker that says something to the effect of, "My other car is a mountain bike." But if you're looking for a place where hiking boots are considered acceptable office attire and conversations about kombucha are a daily occurrence, then Boulder is your Shangri-La.
Well, I might not fit in there. I don't even know what kombucha is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Just remember, pack your reusable water bottle and a healthy sense of humor. If you haven't picked up on it yet, Boulder is filled to the brim with hippie liberals. Not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just telling you that's where they're all at. Later on in this list, we're going to see the other side of that coin, in Colorado. The population of Boulder is about 122,000. And like I've said in past videos, we're just talking about the city. The entire metro areas of these places are much bigger. The metro for Boulder is about 330,000 with the whole Front Range. That includes Denver and all the other ones. That's like 5 million people. We're just talking about the cities themselves. The average home value in Boulder is $1.02 million. Yeah, it's a little pricey up there, but it's beautiful. The average commute time is about...
Hey, Boulder! Hey, buddy! Hey! So you're telling me, hey, what, do I have a special taste? Is that what you're saying? You're telling me the one that I said is my favorite, bro, has to be the one that's average home is $1 million. Okay, yep, I'll never be there in my life, bro.
About 25 minutes, and 91 people voted for Boulder.
Why did you tease it? Oh, this is going to be expensive. San Diego, California. Yeah, this might even be more pricey, right?
San Diego. San Diego isn't just a city. It's a lifestyle disguised as a zip code. Where else can you find surfers sharing waves with Navy SEALs while tech bros look at women on the beach that they'll never be able to talk to? It's a place where the weather forecast is always the same. Perfect. This one surprises me a little bit. I mean, is it in the top 10 best places?
Oh, look at this. The mountains again, bro.
Places to live to? Some people think so. I mean, the weather is great, and that's what draws a lot of people in, and it's a relatively clean town for being a major city. It's definitely the best of the 3 major metro areas we have in California. When you're up against San Francisco and Los Angeles, that's not really hard to do. San Diego is definitely one of the larger cities on this list, both in size and population. The population of San Diego is about 1.4 million residents, with the entire metro area having about 3.3 million. The average home value here is about $1.03 million.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it costs a little bit to stay in a coastal paradise. The average commute...
It's Cali, though. It's Cali. Bro, it's actually crazy. Like, because of certain areas, the houses will just be crazy price. You know what I mean?
Time is 29 minutes. That's kind of rough. San Diego got 119 votes.
I don't really understand where it says commute time. Is that like from your house to the main city? Like the main center? Is that what it means? Like where we commuting from? I know what commuting means, obviously. But like where we commuting from? From the house to like, no, is it from house to work? Average time or? I'm going to think it's house to work. Let's just say that. Huntsville, Alabama.
Number 5, Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, where the Rockets are big and the Southern hospitality is even bigger. Okay. Forget Silicon Valley. Huntsville is like Nerdvana of the South, where pocket protectors are considered standard attire. Huntsville has more PhDs per capita than anywhere else in the country. So you're almost guaranteed to find someone that'll help you with your homework. But yeah, that is a real thing. They have more PhDs than any place else in the country, and that's because of the NASA connection. All the rockets that were built all the way back to sending people to the moon to...
Yo, that's so interesting to find out, though. Because as someone not from America, and I watch it from like TV and shows and from other, other people speaking about America, you would think as an outsider that Alabama isn't one of the smartest states. Do you know where I'm going with this? You know where I'm going with this, right? But that's obviously what is shown to us on TV, movies, stuff like that, right? So very interesting that Alabama has actually some of the smartest people. Most people with the PhDs, so very, surprising about that.
NASA connection. All the rockets that were built all the way back to sending people to the moon to today, that goes on in and around Huntsville. For the most part. I'm sure they do other parts of it elsewhere, but this is like Rocket City, USA. That's what they call it. It's actually just Rocket City. I don't know why I threw USA on there. It sounds like it belongs there, doesn't it? It's Rocket City. Huntsville is definitely not like the rest of Alabama. It's like an anomaly. And it's been getting more and more popular over the last handful of years. It's a really nice place to live. They've got a population of about 237,000 residents, and the average home here goes for about 281,000. So
hey, if this is one of the best places to live and it's 281K, that's really good.
It's a nice place to live. They've got a lot of tech jobs and a lot of tech workers, and it's still relatively affordable. Normally when a place just blows up with tech jobs, the prices go through the roof on everything from milk to houses to lap dances. But yeah, the average home value is $281,000. The average commute time, only 22 minutes. I think I know why this one made the list.
Yeah,
affordable, a decent place to live, great jobs, and you don't...
And it's got beautiful mountains in the background as well. Yeah, this place actually seems really good to live.
Cry while you're stuck in traffic 3 days a week. Huntsville, Alabama got 123 votes.
Okay. Raleigh, North Carolina. I definitely said that wrong.
Number 4, Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh, bless its little southern heart, has become a hot spot for people looking for a fresh start and great health care, apparently.
Okay.
They got some nice hospitals here. Another thing about Raleigh, I don't know why, but a handful of YouTube creators have moved to Raleigh over the last 4 or 5 years.
Really?
They like leave Los Angeles or Chicago, wherever they're from, and just head to Raleigh. It's a nice place, I get it, but I don't see why so many are just moving to this one place. And that's just the ones I know of. This city has a lot of oak trees, and these oak trees have...
Do you know what might have happened? One YouTuber might have moved there because he's got family there, right? And then another YouTuber might have moved there because his friend's now there. And then more YouTubers moved there because there's, friends there. And then boom, 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 boom. Now it's became like the hub.
Witnessed it all. From the first Krispy Kreme donuts being devoured to the latest tech startups ping pong tournament. Raleigh isn't just a place to live. It's a choose your own adventure novel. There's a lot of things to do in Raleigh. I think one of the biggest appeals to Raleigh, it's got decent stats and all that.
The thing with YouTube creators, depending on what content they're making, right, is they're going to need things to do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, maybe that's why they're moving there.
Stuff, and they do have great healthcare. But, life's a little bit slower there, while at the same time, it's still a very modern and advanced city. Normally, when you have something that's, got a lot of tech and a lot of different things like that, it's a, hustle. Everything is just hustle and get stuff done. It's not really that way in Raleigh. It's kind of laid back. Raleigh has a population of about 479,000 residents, with the entire metro area having about 1.5 million. And that whole entire metro area is the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill metro area. You'll also hear some people refer to it as the Research Triangle. Only outsiders call it that. Locals really don't. The average home value in Raleigh is $444,000, and the average commute time is 28 minutes.
Hey, listen, Raleigh, I'm not seeing too many big mountains, bro. I'm gonna have to pass on this one. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but You know me, if I ever move to America, you know for a fact I'm getting a house with the mountains, like, in caving. Bro, oh, I have to, dude.
He got 129 votes.
It's too beautiful to not. Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Number 3, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Earlier, we talked about the hippie nirvana of Boulder, Colorado. This is the yin to that yang. This is the other side of that coin I was talking about. Colorado Springs is very much conservative Republican. Again, I'm not talking politics here. I'm just telling you what's there. I don't care how you vote. I will make fun of both parties. Colorado Springs is south of Denver, and it's not in the Denver metro area. It sort of is, and most people consider the Front Range, which is the eastern side of the Rockies in Colorado. They consider that Front Range there from Fort Collins to maybe Pueblo. Sort of like a metro area. It's weird. It's not a metro area, but they kind of treat it like one. One interesting thing about that, a couple months back, I read an article and then I did a little research on it. They're planning on having this train system. I don't know if it's going to be a bullet train, but it's going to be pretty fast. That'll go from like Colorado Springs up to Fort Collins, which I think is pretty cool. If you don't know, I'm a big train advocate. Colorado Springs has a population of about 497,000 residents. Their own personal metro area has about 755,000, but that whole Front Range, like I said earlier, has about 5 million. The average home value in Colorado Springs is about $459,000.
Hey, listen, for a house with a beautiful mountain, like looking over it like that's worth it, bro. 450K. It's pricey, but it's worth it, dude.
That's kind of up there a little bit, not compared to some of the ones on this list. Yeah. But this is a great place to live. Crime is relatively low. They've got good schools. Traffic isn't insane. The average commute time is 27 minutes. 169 people voted for Colorado Springs.
I ain't gonna lie, Colorado Springs, so far, I'm gonna have to write down. This is my favorite place. Just from the brief description of what I'm seeing right here, bro. Boise, Idaho.
Number 2, Boise, Idaho. Boise, where the potatoes outnumber the people and the hatred for Californians hangs heavy in the air. This quirky city is a hidden gem for those seeking a unique blend of urban adventure and an outdoor oasis. Boiseans, as they're called, I think I pronounced that right, they're a pretty friendly bunch. Just don't tell them you are from California and you should be okay. I mean, it's better if you tell them you were abducted by aliens and they dropped you off out there by 5 Mile Gulch or something. Boise, like I said, is a quirky little place. Where else can you find a giant potato statue that doubles as a hotel? They've got a nice downtown art scene fueled by potatoes and a local legend about a giant sturgeon named Herman who roams the river. Boise.
Hey, what is the crazy obsession with potatoes, bro? Hey, listen, have you guys ever heard of the story of where there was a family and they went into the basement and one by one and they kept dying in there, not coming out, and it was because of the rotten potatoes in there? Bro, yeah, so listen, hey, did that happen here or something, bro?
Though is a great place to live, and it's got all the right stats in all the right places. Their prices have gone up a little bit over the last decade or so because it got a little popular. I wouldn't say it's slowed down, but it's not going at the pace that it was before. Which, if you talk to the locals, I'm sure they'd be happy if it went down a little bit. Boise has a population of about 236,000 residents with a median home price of $489,000. The average commute time is about 24 minutes, and 228 people voted Boise as the best place to live if they had to pick. All right, before we get to number 1, if you're thinking about moving to one of these cities, there's a link for home and money in the description area.
Don't tempt me. I'm already struggling, mate. Overland Park, Kansas.
And number 1, Overland Park, Kansas. Overland Park, Kansas, where the buffalo roam and the soccer moms carpool. This suburban oasis boasts more roundabouts than a European vacation and enough barbecue joints to induce a meat coma. Forget the hustle and bustle of big cities like Kansas City. In OP, the most pressing concerns is finding the perfect parking spot at the farmer's market. But don't be fooled. This tranquil facade, beneath the surface lies a community of die-hard sports fans ready to paint the town red or blue, depending on the team. Overland Park over the last decade has been showing up over and over in different lists like the best suburbs, the best places to live, all those things. I was in Overland Park probably 7 years ago. No, 6 years ago. I was in a field across from some housing areas, and a cop pulls up. He's all, "Are you about to put up a drone?" I thought, "Oh, great. I'm going to get a ticket or something like that." He's all right, just keep them away from the houses. We got a lot of families over there, and I don't want to get caught calls. I was like, done. Overland Park is definitely one of the best places to live in the United States right now. It is in the Kansas City metro area, and it's a relatively new city. It was only incorporated.
It does look nice. I'm going to take your word for it. It's a mess. But where's the mountains, bro? It's a bit flat. You know what I mean? It's a bit flat, bro. Let's just like add some mountains in the background here and then, oh, perfect.
In 1960. More than 65% of the homes in Overland Park were built after 1990. Overland Park has a population of about 197,000 residents, with the average home going for about $441,000.
Oh, I thought this was the price and I was going to say. But that's still, hey, listen, if this is like the best place to live, that ain't too bad. 441,000? Like, it is pricey, but for number one, that ain't too bad.
The average commute time is only 18 minutes and 259 people voted for Overland Park. That's amazing.
Best place, apparently. It'd be really cool to find out if any of you guys live there, if you've ever been there or live around it. Let me know about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.